Hello, my name is Jonathan Harris. Welcome to another Worldwide Camera Exchange 5-minute buyer's checklist. Today I'm going to talk about Nikon AF and AFS lenses. Now, if you're buying one of these secondhand, there are three areas you need to focus on. You need to look at the cosmetics, you need to look at the optics, and you need to look at the functionality, at the mechanics and the electronics. So let's start with the cosmetics. Take the caps off. Have a look at the filter thread, just to make sure there's no damage to the filter thread, no nasty dings or cracks around there. Then have a look at the lens mount to make sure there isn't excessive signs of wear around there. Then just taking your time, look at the lens barrel, and just to make sure there are no nasty scratches, no nasty signs of misuse. By taking some time at this stage, you can build up a good picture in your own mind of whether the lens has been well looked after or not well looked after. If you're happy with the cosmetics, then just have a look at the optics. Look through the lens and just make sure that there is no nasty fungus or misting inside. Fungus is little black spots with spidery legs coming out of it, or spider web-like growth across the internal surfaces. So make sure it's all clean inside. A few little spots of dust, actually fairly normal, nothing to worry about. Then have a look at the front element and the rear element. Just make sure there are no nasty scratches on the front or rear element. On the front, not too much of a problem, but it does impact resale value, so make sure the price is right. On the back, it can be more of an issue because the closer you get to the film plane, the more likely you are to impact performance. So if there are marks on the rear, stop down to 22 and just make sure that you're happy that the test images you're taking aren't affected. Next thing I'll do is, while the lens is off the camera, is just have a look at the aperture. Just stop it down to f22, assume you can. Just open and close the aperture, just to make sure you can see it flicking open and flicking closed. You can also do that on the camera with the camera stopped down to f22. Take it outside, make sure the exposures are good. If you're on aperture priority and you're on f22 and you're getting a lot of overexposure, that would suggest that there's an issue with the aperture. Okay, next step, stick it on the camera. Just look at the zoom ring, look at the focus ring, look at the aperture ring if it has them, and just make sure they're all operating as they should be. If there are any tight spots, so you midway through it suddenly stops, that's a sign it's been knocked and something has come out of alignment internally. So that can be an issue, so do watch out for that. Pop outside, maximum aperture, and just take some pictures. Focus on infinity and just check on the screen on the back, make sure that it is sharp at infinity. And then take some pictures at maybe 1.5 to 2 meters of a very specific point, again at full aperture, and just make sure the camera is focusing on that point. Just make sure it isn't focusing in front or behind. Next thing I'll do is take a picture of a wall or some form of flat surface with a uniform pattern across it. So take a picture of a brick wall and then just look at the image and just make sure the four corners are equally sharp. You're not looking at absolute sharpness. What you're doing is to check that the sharpness on the four corners is the same. If the optical of the alignment of the lens is out, what you'll see is that the bottom corners are less sharp than the top corners, or the left corners are less sharp than the right corners. But if you can see that all four corners are equally sharp, then you can be fairly sure you've got a good, reliable lens. If it has a VR function, it's worth just sticking the VR function on and just making sure you can A, hear it, and B, you can see it doing its thing. Okay, so at this point, you've checked the optics, you've checked the cosmetics, and you've checked the functionality. And if you're happy with the performance in those three areas, good stuff, you've got yourself a good lens. I hope that's been useful. If you have any comments, please stick them in the box below. Otherwise, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.